So if they decide to remove the bridge, how would you get out of the neighborhood? Ever since I knew I wanted to go into broadcasting, it's always been my dream to interview someone famous. And that dream has finally come true because I might be sitting next to the most famous person in the world, Santa Claus. So they're just starting the parade over at the front of the line, of course. We're in the back of the line, so they're not going to get started for probably like 15 or 20 more minutes. But whoa, check out this giant thing I'm on right now. Well, Maggie, it's been nearly a day since this fire started, and the smoke is still pluming into the sky. The flames still flowing as well. Let's get a closer look. Now you can see a bunch of wood still on fire inside and the smoke going into the sky. It's windy as well, and I'll tell you what, I was on my way here driving on 99 and I could see the smoke for miles. I had GPS to route my destination. I didn't even really need it. I just followed the smoke here. Now, I haven't seen fire crews in a little bit, but they have been here on and off throughout the day, still trying to control this thing. And pictures, videos, just reaction from neighbors, employees have been pouring into this station. I've been talking to people here as well. And everyone tells me the extent of this fire, particularly when people first saw it, was just unfathomable.
That is the biggest fire I ever seen in my lifetime.
We saw it spread like across the roof all the way over. A lot of smells, but it just spread so quick.
Neighbors tell me they couldn't just see and smell the fire. They could feel it.
Every so often there would be bangs and pops and big explosions. One time it banged and popped and it shook my porch we were standing on watching it.
Carly Malovich says she was prepared to evacuate if necessary.
I was up all night, fell asleep from about like 7 to about like 10:30, but we've just been trying to keep the windows and doors shut. I mean, you can smell it through the windows regardless.
We're told the building is a total loss, and officials tell us they have no other choice but to just let many parts of the building burn. The good news is that so far, no one has been hurt. We're told there were people inside when it happened, but everyone got out safely. Neighbors say it's all thanks to the nonstop hustle from firefighters.
There was fire engine after fire engine was here and stuff, and even this morning yet there was a lot of tankers going up around from different places.
We're told this facility had 59 employees, and I actually just spoke to about 3 or 4 of them, and they have told me they haven't heard anything in terms of future steps or what is coming next for them. Now, in terms of the cause of this fire, we're still not sure what caused it either as the investigation continues. We'll keep you updated on air and online as we learn more about this developing story.
Thank you for giving us what time you had and for reminding us.
Just over a week ago, Anthony and Sarah Pissner of St. Mary's lost their home in a fire. Fortunately, no one was injured, and they were able to move in with a relative. Then, on Friday, everything changed.
Absolutely sudden. She had a perfect day. Happy, healthy, played at recess, had fun, came down with a physical complaint.
Their 9-year-old daughter, Hannah, died unexpectedly at school.
It was an unknown medical condition, yes. It just happened out of the blue, and it was never known to them or anybody that this was coming. It was completely sporadic. She had presented to the nurses station with a headache and at that point went unresponsive.
Tuesday night, the St. Mary's ambulance service put on a candlelit vigil to grieve. Anthony is a police officer and Sarah is a nurse, and their colleagues all wanted to come show support.
Working in emergency services, we're all a giant family, and to have this happen to one of our own, it really hits home.
Family, friends, school faculty, and St. Mary's police officers all came together and say they all sorely miss Hannah's sweet smile and infectious laugh.
She was a kid. She was a girly girl, a sweetheart, a friend. She loved to be silly and kind and playful. She was just the kind of kid every kid should be. Her parents' wishes and their desires was that her memory would be remembered as positive and uplifting, and that's exactly what occurred tonight.
A small town standing together as one when a tragedy hits close to home.
people that don't know each other come together like we're family, and we're all supporting the same cause.
In any significant loss, you would hope that you have a support system around you that's going to bring you through. And our St. Mary's area community will bring us through.
I'm Jack McCune for WTAJ News. Guys, just take a look at some of this damage behind me. It was at a house on North Juniata Street. Crews were still working for hours after they got the call just to check every nook and cranny inside and out. Neighbors tell us you could see and smell that smoke from the other side of town. One person who was checking out the fire told me he had about a 12-minute walk just to get there. The next door neighbor who called 911 to report the fire tells me, however, crews were quick and prompt, and he says because of their efforts, he thinks they prevented things from getting much worse.
We looked out the window and saw a sheet of flame.
Then, after a quick 911 call,
firefighters showed up within a few minutes, and then reinforcements showed up real quick. They knocked the fire down. They kept it from spreading from the two adjacent houses.
Most importantly, the Phoenix Volunteer Fire Chief tells me people were inside when it happened, but no one was hurt, and there are no injuries.
Everybody was able to make it out safely. Red Cross is going to take care of them for the evening.
Tom Barkley, who lives across the street, credits the hard work and quick decision-making of the 40-plus first responders.
The front of the building started to blow flames out the side up towards the roof line, and then eventually it came out the front windows, and the skeleton that was standing there started catching on fire, and then I watched firefighters go in and out of that window next to the skeleton without putting out the skeleton. Like they were literally walking over melting plastic.
That's over 16,000 meals! That sound, a signal of collaboration, pride, and a job well done.
It's teamwork. Everybody works together. Everybody has their certain job to do, and it just falls into place.
That sound, also a signal of some multitasking.
Someone asked me to do the stickers, and they asked me to give them to them to put it on the table. It's like I was switching through jobs.
That sound played for every 1,000 meals packaged and ready to go. That sound played 20 times, all in under 2 hours.
Kind of like a very quick process.
I think it goes to show that, you know, anybody can help out, and you don't have to dedicate hours of time.
There's something for everyone to do, which is kind of the beauty of the organization. You can be young and do a lot of different things, or you can be up there in years and do just one or two things.
It's the church's 5th time partnering with Rise Against Hunger, and it's a record, 20,088 meals.
It's tiring, but it's worth all the people that need to be fed.
It's unity, church unity. It really makes you feel good to do this. Worthwhile.
Everybody here loves to give back in any way we can and help anybody we can. It's a big family.
Our church spent about 4 months fundraising, and we have about 65 or so volunteers here, and we had people from in their 70s and 80s as young as 4 and 5.
Can I see some of the stickers? The kids out there that are starving, they have nothing to eat. It makes me feel good to help kids.
A family of 4 in a developing nation gets a nutritious meal.
We put in some rice, some vegetables, some soy, and then a vitamin packet. We just scoop those in, and then they get weighed and sealed, and then they get boxed up to send to where they need to go.
You would heat that up over water, and it makes a pretty hearty meal with a lot of fiber and protein in it.
The church doesn't know where they're going quite yet, but volunteers say that doesn't matter to them.
I think sometimes we take life for granted, and there are people in different parts of the world having it a lot harder than we are. We go to a grocery store here and get milk, eggs, and bread. These people don't have the opportunity. This is their steak dinner here.
In Altoona, Jack McCune, WTAJ News.
Who doesn't like looking for hidden treasure?
It can be absolutely free fun.
It's a game anyone can get into.
We had people here today that were all the way maybe from 2 years old up to, in their 70s.
And you can play it anywhere and anytime.
Once you open the app and it finds your location, you are going to see caches all around you.
It can be a great way to explore new places.
We're at Cabin Creek Boston was hiding a geocache.
You can also find things you never knew about right in your backyard.
We probably, as a family, never would have went to the Horseshoe Curve. It's like, we've been here all of our lives. Why would we go pay to get in the museum and go up the steps and watch a train go by? You know what I mean? But we did because we needed an Earth cache for a challenge.
The Porter family is turning a hobby into a lifestyle. They've cached in every state in between and including Pennsylvania down to Florida in just about a year.
We all hop in the car together. We, probably get ice cream and then go grab a cache off a guardrail or something. So it really gave us a lot more time together that we wouldn't have had last summer necessarily. Grayson, what about you? What was your favorite cache?
Same one, because we got to, we were on the way back, we were clicking our heels and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was was it St. Patrick's Day?
It's just because it was gold.
Matt Hoover, on the other hand, geocaching is practically his middle name.
Now I've been doing it for 15 years, a little bit more. I've cached in, I think, 7 different countries.
Let's try it out together. Here I'm at Legion Park in Hollidaysburg. Look, the app says there's a cache. It says it's a multi-cache, which means there's more than one step. Okay, I'll use my phone to go to the first location. Tell me, do you see it? This looks interesting. Oh, it's the first step. It looks like coordinates. Let me punch those into my app. Look, it's taking me to the other side of the park. Let's go. All right, looks like I'm getting closer to these coordinates. It's taking me into the start of the woods. Remember, it can be hidden or up in the trees. I think it's under this rock. Oh, nope, nothing under there. Wait, what about this rock? Sweet, here it is. Looks like it's got a couple of marbles inside. I'll be sure to log my name on the list so everyone knows I was here. Then I'll log it on the app to say I found it. My very first find. Okay, now that I got the hang of it, I was looking for a bit more of a challenge. So the Porters put me to the test. Check it out, a WTHA themed cache. We gave the Porters a bunch of station merch and they added their own little touch on the crate. Stuff all those things inside, and they're off.
The level of difficulty of this is going to be easy to find, but difficult terrain because you have to cross this water.
Now keep in mind, I did not record this video, so at the time, I didn't know where this thing was going. I was blind. All I would have are the coordinates. All right, guys, I'm at Leopold Park here in Altoona. This is where the WTHA themed cache is, and you guys are gonna help me go find it. Come on, let's go. Okay, it looks like we gotta head straight. Okay, well, I wasn't prepared for this. Well, turns out after all the heavy rain we got, there's much more water and it looks like it knocked that branch away that was over the stream. And even if I could get over to the other side, you can see the spot where they hid the cache. It doesn't appear to be there anymore. With all the flooding, there's a good chance our precious WTAJ cache is long gone. But don't worry, this isn't the last you'll see of these caches from your news leader. But maybe the most important cache, the events.
It's kind of an excuse to get together for a reason, and even if we're not going out to find something through it, we're finding our friends.
The Johnstown Altoona Geocaching Association, or JAGA, hosts events where members literally log them as caches, and they always tie in an earth-sustaining activity.
We've done trash cleanup at different locations. We had an event at Fort Roberdeau where we did removal of invasive species. So we were working with some of the people from Fort Roberdeau there and trying to clear some of that. We've done graffiti removal in different locations, just basically any different way to maybe help out something with the local community, because that's where we play our game, is all throughout the local area. So we want to try to improve that game board as much as we can.
Many cachers tell me they even regularly pick up trash while looking for physical caches.
Now you're bringing people out into nature that wouldn't have been there, and they're taking the trash with them when they leave.
Even if what you find isn't the prize, the journey to get there can be.
Until next time, friends.